Yaladino, Askadinga Sari Santos, our Matan Asirvat Saradi, Turasit Saradi, Pavithra Bharatanatyam Arangetram. Good afternoon. Ramachandria family welcomes you all to Pavithra's Bharatanatyam Arangetram. Thanks for taking time and effort to be here during the pandemic. Many traveled from out of town. Your presence means a lot to us. Last but not least, we welcome our family friends in India and across the globe who are watching live streaming. Srimati Subhashri's team and Pavithra have worked hard to present a great program this afternoon. Without taking further time, I hand over the podium to MC Srimati Ranjani. Thank you.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. We have a special message from Pavithra's Paramaguru, Nritya Nipune Guru, Srimati Sheila Chandrasekhar.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Seeking the blessings of my Guru, B. Bhanumati, always. Namaskaram to Shubhashri. Namaskaram to one and all present there. I wish Pavithra all the best for this debut performance, Arangetram, and I congratulate her for reaching this level in the learning of this art form. I congratulate her parents, Sandhya and Kumaresh as well, for putting her into this art form, learning and pursuing, helping her pursue it, and I'm sure the innumerable number of practices and rehearsal sessions for which they would have taken all the trouble and given their time to Pavithra to reach this level. I congratulate them as well on this occasion. A special congrats to Shubhashri for taking this art form to a country so far away from its origin and spreading the beauty and essence of this art form there. It's not an easy job, but she's doing it with so much of passion and fervor, and I wish her all the best in this endeavor, and I'm sure she will be, I'm sure Pavithra will put a feather in her cap through this Arangetram. I wish you all the very best, Shubhashri, and I'm sure Bhanumati is somewhere blessing you as well. And I wish the program a grand success. A message I want to tell Pavithra, Arangetram, yes, it is a qualification, but it's not the end qualification. It's just the beginning of learning of this art form to go more into depths of learning rather than considering it as an end of some kind of a learning. So I hope and wish Pavithra continues learning this art form and going into the depth of learning, and I'm sure with guidance from her Guru Shubhashri and in the direction that she shows, if Pavithra goes, I'm sure she will achieve great heights. I wish this program all the very best. Thanks. Namaskaram.
Pavithra's Parameshti Guru, Shantala Awardee, Karnataka Kalashri, Guru B. Bhanumati, attained the lotus feet of Lord Shiva on May 24th. Let's observe 1 minute of silence as a mark of respect for the Parameshti Guru. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome on behalf of Kala Aradhana School of Arts. I want to begin this evening by quoting a Thiruvarutpa by Vallalar, one of the greatest Tamil poets and saint, also known as Chidambaram Ramalinga Swamigal. In these noted verses, he talks about things that are merely impossible to happen in one's life. Pechatai thanai magan marandalum, pillai pechatai marandalum, உற்ற தேகத்தை உயிர் மறந்தாலும் உயிரை மேவிட உடல் மறந்தாலும். This was written in Tamil, one of the oldest spoken languages in this world. This translates as, it's impossible for the child to forget the mother, or the mother to forget the child, soul to forget the body, or the body to forget the soul. Now comes a very powerful verse. Kacha nenjam kalai marandalum. Kacha nenjam kalai marandalum. Vallalar wrote this line to make the point that it's impossible for the erudite mind to forget the art it has learned. Any experience, insights, abilities, craftsmanship, all forms of creative arts, the mind never forgets. All of that is somewhere stored deep within. The art becomes part of your life. Many of us have started engaging in some form of art as a source of comfort and strength during these pandemic times, right? He goes on to say, in the rarest occurrence, கண்கள் நஞ்சமைப்பது மறந்தாலும் நற்றவத்தவர் உள்ளிருந்தோங்கும் நமசிவாயத்தை நான் மறவேனே. Even if these things happen, do not forget the Lord Namashivaya. That is the ultimate message. Today marks the beginning of a creative journey. One of the hardest parts of any endeavor is taking the first step. Pavithra, with the blessings of her gurus, is starting the journey today. She has integrated a great form of art into her life. Pursuing an art and finding one's creative gift is the ultimate form one can achieve. Art leads us to self-actualization. Let's all wish Pavithra the very best on this important day. We will begin today's Arangetram with an invocation song on Lord Ganesha.
गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं श्री गजाननयुतं गणेश्वरं श्री चतुरकरकरं गुरुगुहाग्रजं प्रणवाकारं कुञ्जरबन्धनं चतुरकरकरं गुरुगुहाग्रजं పద పద మగరి సా స ని ద ని సరి సరి గమ పద ని స సరి గమ గరి సరి సా ని ద ని ద పద పమ గరి గజాననయుతం గణేశ్వరం శ్రీ భజామి సతతం సురేశ్వరం శ్రీ గజాననయుతం గణేశ్వరం.
We will start with the Pushpanjali to the Lord, Saraswati Sabha, Ashtadik Devas, eminent gurus, scholars, and the audience present here today. The Pushpanjali will be followed by GAJAVADANA BEDUVE, a very traditional and popular kriti of Saint Purandaradasa. The choreography is a very cute play between Ganesha, the elephant god, and Moshika, the mice, over the Korakattai, a favorite dessert of elephant god. In our mythology, all the vehicles of the gods symbolize mental qualities which need to be controlled and guided. Just something interesting that I was thinking about. Why do we use mice and rats for scientific experiments? I learned that it is because their genetic, biological, and behavioral characteristics closely resemble those of humans. Many symptoms of human conditions can be replicated through rats and mice. Interesting, isn't it? Even the COVID-19 vaccines were first approved by the mice before it was made available to us. Gajavadana Beduve is an Hamsadvani Ragam set to Adi Talam and choreographed by Guru B. Bhanumati.
తత్తోడగతాం తం 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 దిం 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 తాం తకిట తక దిం తకిట తక తం తం దిం దిం తకు దరికిట తక తత్తోడగతాం తం 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 దిం 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 తాం తకిట తక దిం తకిట తక తం తం దిం దిం తకు దరికిట తక తత్తోడగతాం తం 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 దిం 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 తాం తకిట తక దిం తకిట తక తం తం దిం దిం తకు దరికిట తక తత్తోడగతాం తం 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 దిం 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 తాం తకిట తక దిం తకిట తక తం తం దిం దిం తకు దరికిట తక తత్తోడగతాం తం 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 దిం 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 తాం తకిట తక దిం తకిట తక తం తం దిం దిం తకు దరికిట తత్తోడగతాం తం 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 దిం 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 తాం తకిట తక దిం తకిట తక తం తం దిం దిం తకు దరికిట తక తత్తోడగతాం తం 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 దిం 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 తాం తకిట తక దిం తకిట తక తం తం దిం దిం తకు దరికిట తక తత్తోడగతాం తం 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 దిం 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 తాం తకిట తక దిం తకిట తక తం తం దిం దిం తకు దరికిట తక తత్తోడగతాం తం 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 దిం 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 తాం తకిట తక దిం తకిట తక తం తం దిం దిం తకు దరికిట తక తత్తోడగతాం తం 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 దిం 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 తాం తత్తోడగతాం తం 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 దిం 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 తాం తకిట తక దిం తకిట తక తం తం దిం దిం తకు దరికిట తక ధీంగు ధీంగు తక తడుగుడు 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 తా దెంత తరిగిడ తై తాతయ్య తత్తతాం తయ్య తత్తతాం తాతయ్య తత్తతాం తయ్య తత్తతాం తాతై తై తత కుంధరి గిట సక ధే తై తై తత కుంధరి గిట సక తాతై తై తత కుంధరి గిట సక ధే తై తై తత కుంధరి గిట సక దడేకు 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 తిరగడ దడేకు 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 తిరగడదం దడేకు 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 తిరగడదం తాదంగి 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 తగుందరి గిడ తగ తాదంగి 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 తగుందరి గిడ తగ తాదంగి తగుందరి గిడ తగ దత్తరి తగ జంప తగ తరి తగ జంపై దత్తరి తగ జంప ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ತ್ರಿಜಗವಂದಿತನೇ ಸುಜನರ ಪೊರೆವನೇ ತ್ರಿಜಗವಂದಿತನೇ ಸುಜನರ ಪೊರೆವನೇ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ತ್ರಿಜಗವಂದಿತನೇ ಸುಜನರ ಪೊರೆವನೇ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಪಾಶಾಂಕುಶಧರ ಪರಮ ಪವಿತ್ರ ಪಾಶಾಂಕುಶಧರ ಪರಮ ಪವಿತ್ರ ಮೂಷಿಕ ವಾಹನ ಮುನಿ ಜನ ಪ್ರೇಮ ಮೂಷಿಕ ವಾಹನ ಆದರದಿಂದಲೇ ಮೋದದಿ ನಿನ್ನಯ ಪಾದವ ತೋರೋ ಸಾಧು ವಂದಿತನೇ ಆದರದಿಂದಲೇ ಸರಸಿ ಜನಾಭ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ಸರಸಿ ಜನಾಭ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ನಿರುತ ನೆನೆಯುವಂತೆ ವರದಯ ಮಾಡೋ ನಿರುತ ನೆನೆಯುವಂತೆ ವರದಯ ಮಾಡೋ ಸರಸಿ ಜನಾಭ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ನಿರುತ ನೆನೆಯುವಂತೆ ವರದಯ ಮಾಡೋ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಗೌರಿ ತನಯ ತ್ರಿಜಗವಂದಿತನೇ ಸುಜನರ ಪೊರೆವನೇ ಗಜವದನ ಬೇಡುವೆ ಮೋದಕ ಪ್ರಿಯನೇ ಗಜಮುಖನೇ ವಿನಾಯಕನೇ
The next piece is Kalinga Nardhanam, the alluring dance of Krishna on the hood of a venomous snake. This particular piece was specially requested by Pavithra. I could sense the gratification in her teacher when she shared this with me in one of the practice sessions. Although born in this country, Pavithra has made an innate connection with the land of her ancestors through Bharatanatyam. This is what parents like us want to see in our children, right? We put a lot of effort in teaching about our land, enrolling them in Indian music classes, and it feels very satisfying when they make the connection. Kalinga Nardhanam is in praise of Lord Krishna, who vanquishes the snake and brings joy to Vrindavan. Why does he do that? We all know the story. We have heard and seen the story in many forms. The mean snake pollutes all of Yamuna, the river, with its venom, and people are very scared. And Yamuna becomes totally unusable. So what's the underlying message here for the ones listening to the story? It is that even today, there are people who continue to poison our waters with pollutants, garbage, chemicals, oil spills, and all kinds of trash. They are the Kalinga of today. If they don't stop doing that, then there is no choice but for God to appear and take actions to rescue our water bodies from these inconsiderate people. This Purandaradasar composition describes how the beautifully adorned little Krishna fights the mighty Kalinga. Tat 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 Dimitha was choreographed by Guru Srimati Sheila Chandrasekhar, set in Hamsanandi Ragam and Aditalam.
ಜೋನು ದಿಮಿ 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 ಕಿಟ ತರಿ ದನ ಜೋನು ದಿಮಿ ಕಿಟ ಕಡಗ ದರಿಗಡದಂ ದರಿಗಡದಂ ಕಡಗ ದರಿಗಡದಂ ತರಿ ದನ 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 ಜೋನು 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 ದಿಮಿ 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 ಕಿಟ ತರಿ ದನ ಜೋನು ದಿಮಿ ಕಿಟ ಕಡಗ ದರಿಗಡದಂ ದರಿಗಡದಂ ಕಡಗ ದರಿಗಡದಂ ತರಿ ದನ 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 ಜೋನು 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 ದಿಮಿ 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 ಕಿಟ ತರಿ ದನ ಜೋನು ದಿಮಿ ಕಿಟ ಕಡಗ ದರಿಗಡದಂ ದರಿಗಡದಂ ಕಡಗ ದರಿಗಡದಂ
ಆಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿಯಾಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿತ ತದ ದಿಮಿತ ದಿಮಿಕಿಯನುತ ಹರಿ ಆಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿತ ತದ ದಿಮಿತ ದಿಮಿಕಿಯನುತ ಹರಿಯಾಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿತತ್ತ ತದಿಮಿತ ದಿಮಿತಿಯನುತ ಹರಿ ಆಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿತತ್ತ ತದಿಮಿತ ದಿಮಿತಿಯನುತ ಹರಿ ಆಡಿದನೆ
ತತ್ತಿತ್ತಲಾಂಕು ತಕ್ಕ ದಿತ್ತಲಾಂಕು ತತ್ತಿತ್ತಲಾಂಕು ತಕ್ಕ ಜನು ತಾ ತತ್ತಿತ್ತಲಾಂಕು ತಕ್ಕ ದಿತ್ತಲಾಂಕು ತತ್ತಿತ್ತಲಾಂಕು ತಕ್ಕ ಜನು ತಾ ತತ್ತಿತ್ತಲಾಂಕು ತಕ್ಕ ಜನು ತಾಂಗ್ ತಕ್ಕ ದಿತ್ತಲಾಂಕು ತಕ್ಕ ಜನು ತಾ ತಕ್ಕ ಜನು ತಾಂಗ ತಾ ತಕ್ಕ ಜನು ತಾಂಗ ತೈ ತಕ್ಕ ಜನು ತಾಂಗ
ಆಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿಯಾಡಿದನೆ
ತತ್ತ ಜಂ ತತಕ ತಕ ತ ಜಂ ತತಕ ತತ್ತ ಜಂ ತತಕ ತಾ ಧಿಂ ತತ್ತ ಜಂ ತತಕ ತಕ ತ ಜಂ ತತಕ ತತ್ತ ಜಂ ತತಕ ತಾ ಧಿಂ ತತ್ತ ಜಂ ತತಕ ತಾ ಧಿಂ ತಕ ತ ಜಂ ತತಕ ತಾ ಧಿಂ ತತ ಕುಂ ತ ಜಂ ತತ ಕುಂ ತ ಜಂ ತತ ಕುಂ ತ ಜಂ
ಆಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿಯಾಡಿದನೆ
ತತ್ತಿಂ ತರಿತ ತನತ ಜೊನ್ನು ತರಿ ತತಕ ಜಂ ತನ ತತಕ ಜಂ ಜೊನ್ನು ತತಕ ಜಂ ತಕ್ಕ ತದ್ದಿಂ ತರಿತ ತನತ ಜೊನ್ನು ತರಿ ತತಕ ಜಂ ತನ ತತಕ ಜಂ ಜೊನ್ನು ತತಕ ಜಂ ದತ್ತಿತ್ತಲಾಂಕು ತೋಂ ದಿತ್ತಲಾಂಕು ತೋಂ ತಲಾಂಕು ತೋಂ ತಕ್ಕದಿಕ್ಕು ತರಿಂಗಿನ ತೋಂ ತಕ್ಕದಿಕ್ಕು ತರಿಂಗಿನ ತೋಂ ತಕ್ಕದಿಕ್ಕು ಕಡಗ ತರಿಗಿಡ ತೋಂ
ಆಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿಯಾಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿತತ್ತ ದಿಮಿತ ದಿಮಿಕಿಯನುತ ಹರಿ ಆಡಿದನೆ ಚೇತ ಜಪಿತ ಓತಮ ಮೋತಿನ ಗೋತುಗಳ್ ಕುತ್ತಿಗೆಯೊಳಗೆ ತಾಡುತ್ತ ತತ್ತ ತದಿಮಿತ ದಿಮಿಕಿಯನುತ ಹರಿ ಆಡಿದನೆ ಚೇತ ಜಪಿತ ಓತಮ ಮೋತಿನ ಗೋತುಗಳ್ ಕುತ್ತಿಗೆಯೊಳಗೆ ತಾಡುತ್ತ ತತ್ತ ತದಿಮಿತ ದಿಮಿಕಿಯನುತ ಹರಿ ಆಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿ ಆಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿ ಆಡಿದನೆ ಹಾರ ಪದಕಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂರ ಕಿರೀಟವು ಧೀರ ಭಪುರಿ ಯದು ವೀರ ಹೊಳೆಯುತ್ತಿರೆ ಹಾರ ಪದಕಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂರ ಕಿರೀಟವು ಧೀರ ಭಪುರಿ ಯದು ವೀರ ಹೊಳೆಯುತ್ತಿರೆ ಮಾರ ಜನಕ ಸುಕುಮಾರ ಸಾರ ಗುಣ ಸಾಂದ್ರ ಮಹಿಮ ಹರಿ ತದಿಮಿತ ಮಾರ ಜನಕ ಸುಕುಮಾರ ಸಾರ ಗುಣ ಸಾಂದ್ರ ಮಹಿಮ ಹರಿ ತದಿಮಿತ ಹಾರ ಪದಕಕ್ಕೆ ಯೂರ ಕಿರೀಟವು ಧೀರ ಬಪುರಿ ಯದು ವೀರ ಹೊಳೆಯುತ್ತಿರ ಮಾರ ಜನಕ ಸುಕುಮಾರ ಸಾರ ಗುಣ ಸಾಂದ್ರ ಮಹಿಮ ಶಂಖಚಕ್ರದಿವ್ಯ ಪಂಕಜಮಾಲೆಯು ಕಂಕಣವಂಕೆಯು ಕಿಂಕಿಣಿರವಗಳು ಶಂಖಚಕ್ರದಿವ್ಯ ಪಂಕಜಮಾಲೆಯು ಕಂಕದಳ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ವೇದಾಂತ ವೇದ್ಯ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಕಾಕದಿಮಿ ಕಂಕದಳ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ವೇದಾಂತ ವೇದ್ಯ ದಿವ್ಯ ಕಾಕದಿಮಿ ಕಂಕಣವಂಕೆಯು ಕಿಂಕಿಣಿರವಗಳು ಶಂಖಚಕ್ರ ದಿವ್ಯ ಪಂಕಜಮಾಲೆಯು ಕಂಕದಳ ಶ್ರೀ ಪುರಂದರ ವಿಠಲನ ವೇದಾಂತ ವೇದ್ಯ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ತಕದಿಮಿ ತತ್ತ ತದಿಮಿತ ದಿಮಿಕಿಯನು ಸಹರಿ ಆಡಿದನೆ ಚೇತ ಜಪಿತ ಕೂತಮ ಮೂರ್ತಿನ ಗೋತುಗಳ ಕುತ್ತಿಗೆಯೊಳಗೆ ತಾಡುತ್ತ ತತ್ತ ತದಿಮಿತ ದಿಮಿಕಿಯನು ತಹರಿ ಆಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿ ಆಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿ ಆಡಿದನೆ ನರ್ತನ ಮಾಡಿದನೆ ಹರಿ
Anything Krishna themed, his childhood pranks, his postures, he gives us so much scope to be portrayed through different dance forms. The next piece is Ranjani Mala, very close to my heart, has my name Ranjani. This composition by Tanjore Shankarayar is in praise of goddess Parvati. This piece describes Parvati as Ranjani, Shiva Ranjani, Megha Ranjani, Jana Ranjani. This is a beautiful raga malika set in these 4 Ranjani ragams. I got a little curious and looked up more ragams with the suffix Ranjani. I found more than 30. I'll just list a few for fun. Manoranjani, Chitta Ranjani, Karna Ranjani, Shri Ranjani, Chaya Ranjani, Mara Ranjani, Gauri Ranjani, Sumanesa Ranjani, and the list goes on. Ranjani Mala describes Parvati as a sweet, soft, and has a face like that of a moon. When the Devas prayed earnestly, goddess Parvati takes the avatar of Chamundi to destroy Mahishasura. As Chamundi, she was bestowed with the powers of creation, preservation, and destruction. Ranjani Ridu Pankajalochani is a Ragamalika set to Adi Thalam, choreographed by Subhashri Narayanan.
राजराजेश्वरी शारदे अम्बा भवानी जय रञ्जनी मृदु पङ्कजलोचनी रञ्जनी मृदु पङ्कजलोचनी रञ्जनी मृदु पङ्कजलोचनी रञ्जनी मृदु पङ्कजलोचनी रञ्जनी सरि ग स नि द सा सनि द नि नि द म ग स ग स सा नि द स सरि ग म द स सा सा नि द नि नि द म ग स जो भाषिणी जो भाषिणी मनो लासिनी जो भाषिणी मनो लासिनी जो भाषिणी मनो लासिनी मदा आगमनी मदा आगमनी जो भाषिणी मनो लासिनी मदा आगमनी श्रीरञ्जनी 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 सनि द मगरि ग मा मनि द मगरि सरि ग म ग रि सनि सनि द मगरि ग मा मनि द मगरि सरि ग म ग रि सनि सरि ग स सनि द स सरि ग म द स सा सनि द नि नि द म ग स सरि ग स सनि द स सरि ग म द स सा सनि द नि नि द म ग स सा म ग न विनोदिनी सामगान विनोदिनी अम्बा सामगान विनोदिनी शशाङ्कवदनी मारजननी अम्बा सामगान विनोदिनी शशाङ्कवदनी मारजननी मेघरञ्जनी मेघरञ्जनी सामगान विनोदिनी शशाङ्कवदनी मारजननी gama gari sani dani sari ga sa sani da sa sari ga ma da sa sa sani dani ni da ma ga amara janapalini pamara janapalini sholini pamara janapalini sholini papavi mochani bhavani janaranjani 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 pamare gama pa ni sada pa da pa mare gama pa ni sada pa da pa mare gama ni sa sa ni ma ni ma ga ga re sa ni da ma ga re ga ma ni da ma ga re sa re ga ma ga re sa ni sa re ga sa ni da sa re ga ma da sa sa ni da ni da ma ga sa re ga sa ni da ni da ma ga sa sa ni da ni da ma ga sa jani mrudu pakajalo jani rajani chamundeshwari simhavahini
That was a very graceful rendition, and it was a pleasure to hear the different Ranjanis. The next piece is the Varnam. Varnam is the most interesting and challenging item in a Bharatanatyam recital. It is the true test of the dancer's stamina. This composition consists of short metric pieces brilliantly composed in 10 ragams by composer and choreographer Guru Sri K.N. Dandayudapani Pillai, who is Pavitra's Parameshti Guru. This was modified into a Varnam by Guru B. Bhanumati. This Varnam is about the 10 avatharams of Lord Vishnu. What's interesting is that Hinduism as a religion has coexisted with scientific pursuits. Dasavadaram is a narration of the entire evolutionary theory in the form of simple stories. Matsyavadaram is all about the fish, the first class of vertebrates evolved in water. Kurmavadaram depicts the tortoise, an amphibious creature living in both water and land. Varaha Avataram, the wild boar, are mammals, wild land animals. Narasimha Avataram is half animal and half human, indicative of the emergence of human thoughts and intelligence. Vamanavadaram is short, premature, but imperfect human beings. Then comes Parashurama, representing early humans living in forests and using weapons. Rama Avataram depicts humans living in community, beginning of a civil society, and has serious family problems. Balarama, or sometimes Buddha, depicts humans finding enlightenment. Krishna Avataram shows humans that devise strategies and politically advanced societies. The Mahabharata by far is the best story on politics. The Kalki Avataram shows advanced humans with great powers of destructions in their hands. You can use it for creation or destruction. Very interesting, right? Drawing parallels between theology and science. The Pallavi starts as Parandamane Sharanam Anudinamum Parkadilile Tuilum Avadarane. Parandamane looks like you are sleeping, but when we are in need, you appear in many forms to protect us.
Sharanam சரணம் அனுதினமும் பார்க்கடலிலே கோயிலும் அவதாரலே பரந்தாமனே சரணம். நாமகள் போற்றிடும் நாமகள் போற்றிடும் முக வேதத்த சேமமாய் உலகங்கள் செழிக்க நாமகள் போற்றிடும் நான்முக வேதத்த சேமமாய் உலகங்கள் செழிக்க புறாமயா மாமரை தன்னை கவர்ந்த மாக்கடலில் புகுந்த சோமுக சிரம் துணித்த மத்ஸ்யாவதாரனே மாமரை தன்னை கவர்ந்த மாக்கடலில் புகழ்ந்த சோமுக சிரம் துணித்த மத்ஸ்யாவதாரனே சோமுக சிரம் துணித்த மத்ஸ்யாவதாரனே ஆழியில் பர்வதம்
ढलंकु तक धिकु तक तदिंकिन तुम तट कुटिडकु तक ढीं तकिट तक ढीं ढीं कुकुता ढीं कुकुता कुकुता ढीं कुता ढीं ढीं कुता करदगदा ढलंकु तक तट कुटिडकु तक ढीं तकिट तक ढीं ढीं कुकुता ढीं कुकुता कुकुता ढीं कुता ढीं ढीं कुता करदगदा ढलंकु तक तट ढीं कुता तक ढीं कुता नक ढीं कुता तट ढीं कुता तक ढीं कुता ढीं को करदगदा ढीं कुता देता देता ता करदगदा तिरगदम ता देता देता करदगदा तिरगदम ता देता देता ता करदगदा तिरगदम
ஆழியில் பர்வதம் மத்தாகவே வாசுகி சூழவே கயிறாய் சுர சுரரேழ தேட ஆழியில் பர்வதம் மத்தாகவே வாசுகி சூழவே கயிறாய் சுர சுரரேழ தேட ஆழியில் பர்வதம் மத்தாகவே வாசுகி சூழவே கயிறாய் சுர சுரரேழ தேட ஆழமாய் மத்திங்கி மூழ்கி புறத்தாங்கி அமுதம் கடைய செய்த கூர்மாவதாரனே ஆழமாமத்திங்கி மூழ்கி புறத்தாங்கி அமுதம் கடைய செய்த கூர்மாவதாரனே அமுதம் கடைய செய்த தாவிய பாயாக சோரோள மடக்கே கண்ட இரண்டு பாதாளம் சென்ற தரணியதனை கண்ட தாவிய பாயாக சோரோள மடக்கே கண்ட இரண்டு பாதாளம் சென்ற இரண்யாட்சனை வென்ற இருநிலும் கொம்பி கொண்டு பரம பக்தரை காத்த வராஹாவதாரனே இரண்யாட்சனை வென்ற இருநிலும் கொம்பி கொண்டு பரம பக்தரை காத்த வராஹாவதாரனே பரம பக்தரை காத்த வராஹாவதாரனே நம்பியை பிரஹ்லாதன்
ధళంకు తక ధిక్కు తక తదింకిన తోం తక్ ధిత్ తక నక జం ధిత్ తక నక జం తకుందరికిట తక తజ్జం తక జం తక నం తక ధిత్ ధళంకు తక తత్ ధిత్ తక నక జం ధిత్ తక నక జం తకుందరికిట తక తజ్జం తక జం తక నం తక ధిత్ ధళంకు తక తత్ ధిత్ తక నక జం తక ధిత్ తక నక జం జం తక నం తక రం తక ది తదింగిన తోం తక తదింగిన తోం తక దిక్కు తదింగిన తోం తక్ తిత్ తక నక జం తక ది తక నక జం తక నం తక రం తక ది తదింగిన తోం తక తదింగిన తోం తక దిక్కు తదింగిన తోం తక్ తిత్ తక నక జం తక ది తక నక జం తక నం తక రం తక ది తదింగిన తోం తక తదింగిన తోం తక దిక్కు తదింగిన తోం
நம்பியே பிரஹ்லாதன் ஹரிநாமவென்றதற்கு வெம்பியை ஹிரண்யன்றான் விஷ்ணுவை காட்டையன்றான் நம்பியை பிரஹ்லாதன் ஹரிநாமவென்றதற்கு வெம்பியை ஹிரண்யன்றான் விஷ்ணுவை காட்டையன்றான் நம்பியை பிரஹ்லாதன் ஹரிநாமவென்றதற்கு வெம்பியை ஹிரண்யன்றான் விஷ்ணுவை காட்டையன்றான் கம்பத்தை பிளந்து வந்து கர்ஜித்தவனை கொல்ற கர்ஜித்தவனை கொல்ற கர்ஜித்தவனை கொல்ற அம்புவியொரை காத்த சிம்ஹாவதாரனே கம்பத்தை பிளந்து வந்து கர்ஜித்தவனை கொல்ற அம்புவியோரை காத்த சிம்ஹாவதாரனே அம்புவியோரை காத்த சிம்ஹாவதாரனே காஷபமைந்தனன்ற கம்பும் குடையும் கொண்டு வாச்சகம் போல வந்து மூன்றடி தானம் கேட்டு காஷபமைந்தனன்ற கம்பும் குடையும் கொண்டு வாச்சகம் போல வந்து மூன்றடி தானம் கேட்டு கம்பும் குடையும் கொண்டு வாச்சக போல வந்து மூன்றடி தானம் கேட்டு ராசன மாவலியும் தலையிலோர் பதம் வைத்து ராசன மாவலியும் தலையிலோர் பதம் வைத்து ராசன மாவலியும் தலையிலோர் பதம் வைத்து மாசிலா வாழ்வு தந்த வாமனாவதாரனே ராசன மாவலியும் தலையிலோர் பதம் வைத்த மாசிலா வாழ்வு தந்த வாமனாவதாரனே மாசிலா வாழ்வு தந்த ವಾಮನಾವತಾರನೆ ಜಮದಗ್ನಿ ಬಾಲನಾಗಿ
ಧಳಂಕು ತಕ ದಿಕ್ಕು ತಕ ತದಿ ಕಿನ್ನ ತುಂ ತಾ ಧಣಕು ತಕ ಧಣ ಕಿನ್ನಕು ತಕ ಜಂ ಜಂ ತಾ ಜಂ ತರಿ ಧಗ ತರಿ ಝನ ಝನ ಕುಕುಂದರಿ ತಾ ತಕ ಧಣಕು ತಕ ಧಣ ಕಿನ್ನಕು ತಕ ಜಂ ಜಂ ತಾ ಜಂ ತರಿ ತಾ ಧಗ ತರಿ ತಾ ಝನ ಝನ ಕುಕುಂದರಿ ತಾ ತಾ ಧಣಕು ತಾ ಕಿನ್ನಕು ತಾ ಜೊಣಕು ತಾ ಕಿನ್ನಕು ತಾ ತಾ ಕು ಧಣಕು ಧಣಕು ಕಿನ್ನಕು ಜಂ ಜೊಣಕು ಕಿನ್ನಕು ತಾ ತಿತ್ತ ತಕ ತರಿಗಿಡದೋ ತಾ ತಿತ್ತ ತಕ ತರಿಗಿಡದೋ ತಾ ತಿತ್ತ ತಕ ತರಿಗಿಡದೋ
ಜಮದಗ್ನಿ ಬಾಲನಾಗಿ ರವಿಕುಲ ವೈರಿಯಾಗಿ ಸಮರಿனில் அரசர் மற்றும் ஜெயித்த மனம் அழிந்த ஜமதக்னி பாலனாகி ரவிகுல வைரியாகி சமரினில் அரசர் மற்றும் ஜெயித்த மனம் மழிந்த ஜமதக்னி பாலனாகி ரவிகுல வைரியாகி சமரினில் அரச மற்றும் ஜெயித்த மனம் மழிந்த விமரிசையாகம் செய்த பூவி தன்னை காஷப்பற்க அமைத்து தந்த பரசு ராமாவதாரனே விமரிசையாகம் செய்த பூவி தன்னை காஷப்பற்க அமைத்து தந்த பரசு ராமாவதாரனே அமைத்து தந்த பரசு ராமாவதாரனே தசரத மைந்தனாகி தாட்டகி ஐவதைத்த தசமுக ராவணாதி சூழ்ந்திடவே எதிர்த்த தசரத மைந்தனாகி தாட்டகி ஐவதைத்த தசமுக ராவணாதி சூழ்ந்திடவே எதிர்த்த தசரத மைந்தனாகி தாட்டகி கைவதைத்த தசமுக ராவணாதி சூழ்ந்திடவே எதிர்த்த அசுரரை வேறறுத்த ஹனும விபீஷணக்கு இசை சிரஞ்சீவிதந்த ராமவதாரனே அசுரரை வேரறுத்த ஹனும விபீஷணக்கு இசை சிரஞ்சீவிதந்த ராமவதாரனே இசை சிரஞ்சீவிதந்த ராமவதாரனே வசுதேவ ரோஹிணியும்
Kutaka di kutaka ta dinkin na tum dinu ta tat dhimi ta hatta jam tat jam kita na jam di ta dhimi ta jam tari dinu ta dhimi ta jam tari tat di nu ta dhimi ta hatta jam tat jam kita na jam di ta dhimi ta jam tari denu ta demita ta jam tari ta denu ta demita ta denu ta demitai denu ta demitai ta denu ta demita ka denu ta demitari tana jonu ta demita ta dekku kurdu tarigar dom tari tana jonu ta demita ta dekku kurdu tarigar dom tari tana jonu ta demita ta dekku kurdu tarigar dom ta dekku kurdu tarigar dom
வசுதேவ ரோஹிணியா மைந்தனாய் வாழ்ந்ததித்த கசிவரும் துவாபரத்தில் கஜற்குமருங்கனாகி வசுதேவ ரோஹிணியா மைந்தனாய் வாழ்ந்ததித்த கசிவரும் துவாபரத்தில் கஜகுமருங்கனாகி வசுதேவ ரோஹிணியும் மைந்தனாய் வாழ்ந்ததித்த கசிவரும் துவாபரத்தில் புரலம்பாசுர புறம் கடையாவம் வென்று திசையெங்கும் புகழ் பலராமா அவதாரனே புஜபுரலம்பாசுர புறம் கடையாவும் வென்று திசையெங்கும் பலராமா அவதாரனே திசையெங்கும் புகழ் பலராமா அவதாரனே தேவகி வசுதேவர் மைந்தனாமென்ற சொல்ல ஆவலாய் நந்த கோபன் யசோதையர்தான் வளர்க்க தேவகி வசுதேவர் மைந்தனாமென்ற சொல்ல ஆவலாய் நந்த கோபன் யசோதையர்தான் வளர்க்க தேவகி வசுதேவர் மைந்தனாமென்ற சொல்ல ஆவலாய் நந்த கோபன் யசோதையர்தான் வளர்க்க பாவங்கள் தீர்த்த பஞ்ச பாண்டவர் துணையாகி பாவங்கள் தீர்த்த பஞ்ச பாண்டவர் துணையாகி ஜீவர்க்கு அறுத்தந்த கிருஷ்ணாவதாரனே பாவங்கள் தீர்த்து பஞ்ச பாண்டவர் துணையாகி ஜீவர்க்கு அரு தந்த கிருஷ்ணாவதாரனே ஜீவர்க்கு வரு தந்த கிருஷ்ணாவதாரனே கதியன ஓலமிட்ட
தளங்கு தக்திகு தக் ததிங்கின் தொம்தா தரி தன தா தன தஜொன்னு தா தரி தன தா தன தஜொன்னு தா ஜொன்னு ததிமி தஜம் கிருதக தா தரி தன தா தன தஜொன்னு தா தரி தன தா தன தஜொன்னு தா ஜொன்னு ததிமி தஜம் கிருதக தா தன தா ஜொன்னு தா திமி ரக்கி தா தன தா ஜொன்னு தா திமி தரி தன தஜோ தத்தி கிருதக தரிகிடதோ தா கிருதக தரிகிடதோ தக்கத்தி குக்கிருதக தரிகிடதோ தத்தரி தன தஜொன்னு தேமி கிருதக தரிகிடதோ தா கிருதக தரிகிடதோ தக்கத்தி குக்கிருதக தரிகிடதோ தத்தரி தத்தன் தஜொன்னு தத்தி கிருதக தரிகிடதோ தா கிருதக தரிகிடதோ தக்கத்தி குக்கிருதக தரிகிடதோ
கதியன ஓலமிட்ட விதியை நினைந்தருகி துதித்திடும் முனிவோர்க்க துணை புரிவேனென்ற கதியன ஓலமிட்ட விதியை நினைந்தருகி துதித்திடும் முனிவோர்க்க துணை புரிவேனென்ற கதியன ஓலமிட்ட விதியை நினைந்தருகி துதித்திடும் முனிவோர்க்க துணை புரிவேனென்ற குதிரை என் மேல் சென்ற மேல்சராய் வாலினார் வதைத்தனர் புகழ் கொண்ட கல்கியவதாரனே குதிரை என் மேல் சென்ற மேல்சராய் வாலினார் வதைத்தனர் புகழ் கொண்ட கல்கியவதாரனே குதிரையன் மேல் சென்ற மேல்சராய் வாலினார் வதைத்தனர் புகழ் கொண்ட கல்கியவதாரனே அருந்தாமனே சரணம் அனுதினமும் கடலிலே துயிலும் அவதாரனே பரந்தாமனே சரணம்
Fascinating to see all the avatarams, right? And what a legendary choreography, in simple terms, by Vadyar, as he is fondly referred to. This choreography was created almost 3/4 of a century ago and still being passed to future generations. I now invite Kala Aradhana School faculty, Smriti Shankar Krishnan, to take over, introducing our guests of honor and orchestra for the evening. Welcome, Smriti.
Can I please request Dr. KK, Mr. Ashok Bajaj, Pandit ji, Dr. Uma to please come on the stage? Thank you.
Can everyone please get back to your seats? We're going to have a small presentation ceremony now.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Ranjani Mami, once again. Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Kalaye Sundarakaram Sadaika Priyadarshanam Ajnananashakam Devam Sadgurum Muralidharam. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. It is an honor to present my school, Kalaradhana School of Arts. The director of the school, teacher of Pavithra, and my mother is Dr. Srimati Subhashri Narayanan. Srimati Subhashri is a student of Padma Bhushan Guru Kalanidhi Narayanan, Shantala Awardee and Karnataka Kalashri Guru B. Bhanumati, and Nritya Nipune Guru Srimati Sheila Chandrasekhar. She is also a student of Carnatic Vidwan Guru Shri A.S. Panjabakesha Iyer and Guru Srimati T.R. Balamani. Srimati Subhashri yearns for her school Kalaradhana to advocate cultural values through dance and music by hosting many events such as Radha Kalyanams, Nama Sankirtanams, dance ballets, and recitals for the future generations. The school also specializes in abhangs in the Varakari Sampradayam through the medium of music. The school imparts the art to all, in particular individuals with special needs and differently abled using special techniques. Srimati Subhashri Narayanan. On the dais, we have our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Krishna Kumar Venkatraman. Dr. Krishna Kumar began his journey in Bharatanatyam at the age of 8 under the guidance of Padma Bhushan awardees, the Dhananjayans. He continued his Natya education under them until the age of 20, participating in numerous performances by the Bharata Kalanjali troupe. In 1995, he came to the United States for graduate school, where he met his wife, Srimati Shivagami. Since then, he and his wife have performed together as a couple at numerous venues in the United States. They continue to run their institution, Bharata Kalarpana, School of Indian Culture and Fine Arts, where they mold their students into good citizens and artists. Besides teaching, Dr. Krishna Kumar also serves as an MC at Bharatanatyam performances, seeking to make this beautiful art form more accessible to the layperson. Outside the Natyam world, Dr. Krishna Kumar holds a PhD in mechanical engineering and works in the renewable energy field. I would now like to request the Ramachandrias to kindly honor our chief guest. Next on the dais, we have our guest of honor, Shri Ashok Bajaj. Mr. Ashok Bajaj is an amateur community volunteer who has been in our town for more than 2 decades. At one time or the other, he has been involved in almost all the socio-cultural, religious, and humanitarian Indian origin organizations of the town. In recognition of his distinguished community services, our esteemed ICS, Indian Cultural Society, presented him Community Pillar Award on Indian Independence Day on August 15, 2009. A lesser-known fact is that Ashokji was the president of the Gandhi Memorial Society of Jacksonville. He was instrumental in bringing the Gandhi statue to the University of North Florida in 2006 to spread the message of nonviolence and peace to our great city. Presently, Ashok ji is involved in international Kashmiri Pandit survival social programs. I would now like to request the Ramachandrias to kindly honor our guest of honor. Thank you. Next on the stage, we have our esteemed priest of the town, Pandit Srinath Kadambiji. It is different to address him professionally, as I always refer to him as JJ Mama. Pandit Srinath Kadambiji is the main priest of our Hindu Society of Northeast Florida. He has a doctorate in religion, and he has several accolades to his credit. To some little that I know, he is a scholar in Sanskrit, a phenomenal singer, and he keeps himself abreast with all current affairs. He has been a connoisseur of classical art and has always been a pillar to the budding artists in the town, like me and Pavithra. Thank you, Panditji, for coming and blessing us today. I would like to request the Ramachandrias to honor our Panditji. And finally on the stage, we have Dr. Uma Iuni. Dr. Uma Iuni has been a pillar to all budding artists and has been a connoisseur of the arts, classical arts, and has been a motherly figure to Shrimati Subhashri, my mom, and we are so lucky to have her today. It was a surprise visit for Amma and Pavithra, and thank you so much, Dr. Uma, for coming today. I would now like to request our esteemed chief guest, Dr. Krishna Kumar, to say a few words.
Namaskaram, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to be in front of you all at the occasion of Pavitra's Arangetram for quite a few different reasons. There has been a relative dearth of Arangetrams or even other programs these last couple of years, and for us to see it kicked off here, back in season, so to speak, that is really nice. And the other part is I really enjoy seeing Arangetrams. With the main reason being I love seeing the second generation in the United States involved in these arts. You know, these kids have it tough. They have to achieve a balance between their American identity, which they need to integrate into the society, interact with their peers, and their Indian identity, which makes them unique, which makes them stand out. In my opinion, Bharatanatyam is one of the best ways to inculcate this Indian identity in children. Admittedly, I am biased, but there is a reason I say that. Most of you probably know that Bharatanatyam comes from a 2nd century BC text called Natya Shastra by Bharata. And in that, Bharata Muni says, Shruti, Smriti, Sadachara, Parisheshartha Kalpanam, Vinoda Jananam Loke, Natyes Tat Bhavishyati. Way back then, he said, dance will be a medium, Natya will be a medium through entertainment to communicate all the learnings, the written learnings, the unwritten teachings, all the knowledge and mythological stories, all of that will be communicated through dance. And that's why I think, in particular, Bharatanatyam is a strong way of inculcating this. And it heartens me to see youngsters in this art form. It is a hard art form for these children. Right? We talk about the different ways in which they communicate, especially with Abhinaya. But the biggest difficulty is cultural. You know, when I teach, and I have to teach a story about a Naika or a heroine who is longing for her hero, who has not spoken to her in many days, and she doesn't want to eat, she doesn't want to do anything, I'm met predominantly with blank stares from my students. Like, just move on. There is plenty of other fish in the ocean, right? So for these kids to try to put themselves in the place of someone from a different culture, react the way that they did, it's truly amazing to watch them do that. It's a lot harder for them than it was for us. And it's not just in the expressive aspect of dance, it's also in the rhythmic aspect of dance, how they carry themselves. The rhythms in Bharatanatyam are different from those in Western music. You have many more complicated rhythms, 7 beats, 5 beats, Mishra Chapa, Kanda Chapa, all the different talams, and then periodically the gati changes, and you would have seen that today. And in that, I would definitely like to congratulate Pavithra, because I was watching very keenly, and that child stayed on talam throughout. Her sense of rhythm has been very well developed. Great job, Subhashri. And as she went, and these were not simple jatis which had no gaps, right? The karvais, holding those karvais is something that is not very easy and requires a lot of practice, where you dance and you hold for 3 beats and continue the dance. And that is something that she did extremely well. On top of that, we saw her abhinayam come into fore in the Varnam. I particularly liked, I don't know about you guys, but I particularly liked the Narasimhavataram, where she showed Hiranyakashipu and Prahalada and Vishnu taking the form of Narasimha to kill Hiranyakashipu. So overall, I think she's been doing a great job, and I know there's a second half coming. I don't want to go on for too long and stand between you and the second half. Just a couple more words. I want to congratulate the orchestra as well. Beautiful singing. Santosh Chandru is someone I know, great Mridangam. Morsing is not something we typically see at a Bharatanatyam Arangetram. It's a pleasure to hear that as well, but I want to particularly congratulate the 3 kids. I know they don't like to be called kids, but they are kids. Sanjana and Agastya on violin and flute. I have heard Sanjana play in person. I've heard Agastya play by proxy because I've seen them play together. And both of them continued the excellent performance, but I would like to also especially congratulate Smriti. She was spectacular when she was saying the jatis for Kalinga Nardhanam. And very clear, very confident, holding all the gaps so very well. I think that she's not going to be relegated to the back for much longer. She's going to displace you in the front very soon. The parents, I'm a parent myself. I know how hard it is to keep a child motivated as they grow up, especially through their teenage years. There are always ups and downs, regardless of how enthusiastic they are about dance. There are downs where they don't want to go to class. They don't want to practice on their own. They would rather do something else. And I'm sure this was something that the parents faced, and they have persevered, as Pavithra has as well. And I hope that they're seeing the results of everything on stage today. It should truly gladden their hearts. And the teacher, right? Srimati Subhashri has done such a great job in teaching Pavithra. And in a lot of cases, sometimes the extra work that the teacher puts in sometimes doesn't go understood by a lot of people. Being a teacher myself, I can see some of the things that she has done. And it's not just in teaching the student, it also extends into how do you pick the pieces for the Arangetram. And I can see the amount of thought that she's put into each piece that she has picked for the Arangetram. I also enjoyed the fact that the first 4 pieces in the first half were by 4 generations of teachers. That was very, very nicely done. And each piece showcased what Pavithra is really good at. And that is a hallmark of a really good guru. And Pavithra is really making you proud today on stage, Subhashri. Srimati Sheila Chandrasekhar said this right at the beginning. An Arangetram is a start. It's frequently referred to as a graduation, and if you think of it as a graduation, at best it's a middle school graduation. There is still a long journey ahead of the artist. I lose about 25% of my students at the Arangetram. They look at it as they have accomplished something and they move on. There is a long journey still ahead. And for people who stick through this journey, continue their life with Bharatanatyam, there is a lot that Bharatanatyam offers them. Again, I'll go back to Bharata Muni. He said, Natat jnanam, natat shilpam, nasa vidya, nasa kala, naso yogo, natat karman, natye asmin yanna drishyate. He said, there is no knowledge or learning, there is no sculpture or art form, there is no action in the world that is not there in Bharatanatyam. Not only will she continue to grow as an artist, she will continue to grow as a human being if she continues with this great art form. And my prayer to Pavithra is that she keeps staying with this, even after she goes to college, when it gets a little hard, that she sticks with this. It will definitely reap great benefits for her later in life. With that, I'd like to say thank you very much for this opportunity. My prayers and blessings are with Pavithra always. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Krishna Kumar. Now I'd like to welcome our honorary guest, Shri Ashok Bajaj ji, to share a few words.
Good evening and namaskar to all present. We have seen the practical demonstration and display of our dear Pavithra. All these performances have been awe-inspiring. The synchronization of head, heart, and the body physical movements give us an indication how deep, how diligent, and how devoted she has been throughout the learning process. Literally speaking, we have no words to congratulate the student who has performed to its full, and in turn, the whole credit goes to the respected teacher, Dr. Subhashri, and the devoted family who have spent their time, energy, resources, and have been all along tolerant to motivate the child for this art of education. We may say, this is an art, but to me and to the great thinkers, it is nothing but education. By learning these phenomena, we become the whole person for the humanity, because it inculcates in us, the first is the integration, the harmony. When people have got the physical harmony, it leads to the social harmony, mental harmony, and in turn to the universal harmony. I, as a community volunteer, do hereby congratulate not only the respected teacher, the student, and the parent. This is not only an art, it is a connection to the roots. This is how we have kept it alive through centuries. The heritage of Oriental inspiration. I do hereby extend an earnest appeal to all those prospective parents that they should take a line from this family and motivate their children to create an emotional connection with the roots. By showcasing the culture, civilization, we are bringing to the whole world the sense of harmony, the sense of sensitiveness, and sense of greatness. I do hereby, with this prayer, conclude the brief appreciation and applaud to all. That is, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. The whole aim is for wellness and happiness of the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bajaj. I would like to welcome Panditji to bless us with a few words.
Namaste, good evening. Saluting the divinity in every one of you. Today's celebrity, Miss Pavithra, and her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Kumaresh. And today's our distinguished, honorable chief guest, Krishna Kumar Venkatrama Ji. And our guest of honor, Sri Ashok Bajaj Ji, and whom I consider manifestation of Goddess Saraswati, today to bless this occasion, who is here is respected Dr. Umaji, and none other than today's celebrities guru, Subhashri Shankar alias Subhashri Narayanan, and distinguished guests. First, I thought of speaking in Tamil. It's okay, I can, because everyone has to understand. I am here only for 2 minutes. Introduction is 1 minute, it is over. I have to say namaste and bless Pavithra and to leave. So the blessing, there is a form of blessing. And today's dance, actually, as a lover of music and dance, I enjoyed a lot, because these are the songs which are selected is really very tough. All Varnamalika for the Varnam and other songs, it's a very, very typical songs today selected for Pavithra. I can say, I've been to many Arangetrams. Today's Arangetram is very distinct from the song selection perspective. Song selection perspective. The reason is that is the devotion of Srimati Subhashri Ji towards her Guru, Bhanumati Madam. That is the only thing. The next time coming to do the blessings, always blessings we get from the one Almighty. Today's all dance program means Nataraja. We call him Ambalavanan. So Tillai Ambalavanan. His blessings are very important for us, for Pavithra. So particularly on this day, for our celebrity, the blessings from you, blessings from every corner, and blessings from Ambalavanan is needed. So these blessings I wanted to give, not from me, it is from Nandanar. So Saint Nandanar, I can say, the way how he praised Nataraja, how he praised Ambalavanan, the same way that blessings has to come to Pavithra. So I selected a small song within 30 seconds. என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா பொன்னப்பனல்லவா பொன்னம்பலத்தவா 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 என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா பொன்னப்பனல்லவா பொன்னம்பலத்தவா பொன்னம்பலத்தவா சொப்பனமோ எந்தன் அப்பன் திருவருள் சொப்பனமோ எந்தன் அப்பன் திருவருள் கற்பிதமோ என்ன அற்புதமிதுவே கற்பிதமோ என்ன அற்புதமிதுவே என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா பொன்னப்பனல்லவா பொன்னம்பலத்தவா ஆடிய பாதனே அம்பலவாணனே ஆடிய பாதனே அம்பலவாணனே நின்னாழ்ந்த திருவருள் ஏழை அறிவேனோ நின்னாழ்ந்த திருவருள் ஏழை அறிவேனோ என்னப்பனல்லவா என் தாயுமல்லவா பொன்னப்பனல்லவா பொன்னம்பலத்தவா 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 பொன்னம்பலத்தவா. பொன்னம்பலவாணனுடைய அருள் பெற்று எங்கும் திருவருள் வெற்று இன்புற பவித்ரா அவர்களை வாழ்த்தி வாழ்கவே வாழ்கவே என்று இந்த வாய்ப்புக்கு நன்றி கூறி அமைகிறேன். வணக்கம். தேங்க்யூ ஃபார் திஸ் ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி. ஹரி ஓம்.
Thank you so much, Panditji. Finally, I would like to welcome Dr. Uma Iyuni to share a few words.
Namaste. This is like coming home, and I did come home after a couple of years. And this is a wonderful occasion because I have an opportunity to represent Krishnaveni, Shubhasri's mother, Shankari Pati, Shankar's mother, and the three of us are considered as Patitrayam. Right, Shubhasri? To say I'm very, very honored to be present at this performance of the divine art. Fine art is something, any kind of fine arts is something that has become essential for most of our younger generation to handle many of the stresses. This is one outlet, but like I always tell the youngsters on these occasions, Arangetram, in other words, Ranga Pravesham, don't make it Ranga Nishkramanam. Because once they get this accolade on the curriculum vitae, Auntie, we don't have time to do that. I've talked to 3, 4, 5 students. However, I do not see that happening with Pavithra because several times I had the opportunity of watching her in the class, and this child has blossomed. It's a beautiful way to say a simple but profound sentence I read somewhere. The teacher is heard only when the student is ready. And I think this is a wonderful opportunity, Subhasri, Shankar, and Sandhya's parents, Pavitra's parents, Sandhya, and Mr. Kumaresh have given me to come up here on this stage. We have used this stage several times, and I have 2 major things to be thankful for and to congratulate. Is one, most of you know, Shubhasri, who is family. Shubhasri has obtained her doctorate in clinical nutrition. And as these are her kids, their kids are the first ones who made us grandparents, which is fine. But Tata couldn't be here, so I'm here. And the second thing is Abhinayam. That is Subhasri's forte. And I see that reflecting in Pavithra. And I certainly hope, because unless you understand the bhavam, just learning the dance does not mean much. But I see that today, it's really heartwarming to notice that she understood what she's performing. And that bhava vyaktikarana, which is expression of the meaning that is underlying any kind of melody, gives the beauty to any kind of art. Pavithra, I am very proud of you, but like I said, please, like in the grandparental level, do not give up what is a gift. And I admire and congratulate the parents once again, and thank you all for this opportunity. It also, just one more sentence. If I don't say, Smriti won't let me leave the stage. Smriti called me Pati first. I'm not a Tamilian, but I know the meaning. However, she's going to college. She said, this child is such a sentimental individual. She said she's very happy because I have two kids in Jacksonville who call me Pati or Amama in our language. And this younger one, Saket, he's a pistol, and Santosh will tell you about that. So, and another couple of children. So thank you again for giving us the promotion in life, as well as giving us the opportunity to say, hey, do it in a better way. This is a basic discipline. Thank you once again. Let's enjoy the rest of the program.
Thank you so much, Dr. Umayuni. I would now like to invite the harmonious element of this evening's program, the orchestra. The vocalist is Srimati Tejaswini Rao. Srimati Tejaswini Rao is an MS from Syracuse University, New York. She's a software engineer by profession and an All India Radio graded artist. Srimati Tejaswini has performed in India and in US in various Sangeet Sabhas and was involved with Spick McKay as a grad student at Syracuse University. She learned under gurus Sri Malladi Suribabu, Srimati Saroja, Sri R. Vasudevan, and was mentored by H.S. Sudhindra. Srimati Tejaswini completed her senior grade Carnatic music examination in Carnatic music vocal 2003, and she stood second in Karnataka state. Currently, she's actively learning and teaching, and she's my music teacher. Not a stranger to Jacksonville, on the mridangam is Sri Santosh Chandru. One of the foremost disciples of Guru T.S. Nandakumar, Santosh has been playing the mridangam since the age of 11. He has been accompanying various leading artists in the fields of both dance and music. He is a graded All India Radio artist and is equally proficient with Ghatam and Taval. He's a regular accompaniment for Padma Vibhushan, Dr. K.J. Yeshudas, during his classical concerts in the United States. Sri Santosh has been teaching mridangam for a few years now in Atlanta. Several of his students have started to accompany full-fledged concerts. One of our Jacksonville citizens on the Morsing, Sri Krishnamurti Sitaraman. Sri Krishnamurti Sitaraman was introduced to Carnatic music by his father, who taught him to identify ragas when he was 8 or 9 years old. He started learning Hindustani music on violin when he was in the 12th grade. His first guru was Mr. Vadasamudrikar, and then he continued to learn from Mr. Pillai in Nagpur. Later, when he moved to Bangalore, he learned Carnatic music on violin under the tutelage of Lal Guri Srimati Rajalakshmi for 3 years. In addition to violin, he taught himself to play harmonium, and he dabbles on morsing. He's been teaching violin and keyboard in Jacksonville for almost 20 years and has participated in many local programs here on keyboard and violin. One of Kalaratna's other aims is to enhance the young talents of our society. In the orchestra today, we have 2 such youths. On the violin is Kumari Sanjana Chandran. Sanjana has been learning Indian classical music, both Carnatic and Hindustani styles, on the violin from her father, Mr. Sanjay Chandran, for over 12 years. She has secured top honors at several leading music competitions organized by the Cleveland Aradhana and Carnatic Music Association of North America. She's also the recipient of the Indian Raga Fellowship. She graduated from FAU High School this spring and will be receiving her bachelor's degree in neuroscience and behavior at FAU this summer. Our other talented youth in the ensemble today is Master Agastya Sridharan. Agastya Sridharan is currently the disciple of Srimati Shantala Subramaniam and Sangeeta Seva Ratna, Dr. C.M. Venkatachalam. He had also the privilege of learning the Carnatic flute with Sri Radhakrishnan Ramachandran. He has won awards in the prestigious Cleveland Aradhana for flute and vocal categories and was the winner of Carnatic Idol 2014 in the Melody Instruments category. He was awarded the Young Artist Award at the Carlsbad Purandara Dasa Aradhana, 2017. He's a 2017 and 2018 Fellow of Indian Raga. Agastya is a rising sophomore. He was among the top 30 Broadcom Masters 2020 and is the 2021 national champion in Lincoln Douglas debate. Last but certainly not the least, the two people we cannot have an Arangetram without is our makeup artist, Srimati Divya Bharat. Srimati Divya Bharat, founder of NRITYATI Dance School, is a Bharatanatyam artist in Jacksonville, Florida. Being trained by Kalaimamani Guru Srimati Jayashree Narayanan in the Kalakshetra style, Divya is very keen in promoting this wonderful art form to the future generations. Divya has completed her master's in Bharatanatyam and she's a B-grade artist in Doordarshan, India. Currently, she's running NRITYATI Dance School and performing in several events along with her students in Jacksonville. She strongly believes that aharyam, or makeup, plays a very important role in a performance. She has helped with makeup for several performers in both India and Jacksonville. Finally, our lively master of ceremony, Srimati Ranjani. Srimati Ranjani is a product development manager and a mother of two. She has a passion for performing arts, especially theater, and she grew to love the art of acting from the age of 3 and has performed in several stage plays through school, college, and continues to perform in Jacksonville Tamil Mandram events. She has also learned Carnatic music for over 10 years. She's a big support and encouragement to the budding talents of our community. It was a pleasure to work with you, and your energy and passion for the subject were fantastic. I thank everyone on the stage and in the audience. Now I hand back the mic to Srimati Ranjani. Thank you.
Thank you, Smriti. Smriti has been my go-to person for all matters. She's mentally rehearsed every step in the flow many times, making sure no stone is unturned. Smriti is from Jacksonville, Florida, and is going to be a freshman at US of Tampa. She learns Bharatanatyam under Srimati Deepthi Radhakrishna, who is a disciple of Guru B. Bhanumati and Guru Srimati Sheila Chandrasekhar. She trains in Carnatic music from Srimati Sandhya Rao and is also mentored by Srimati Tejaswini, who is our lead singer for today. Smriti has a distinction in Bhangiya Sangeet Parishad held by the state of Karnataka, India. Smriti also enjoys singing movie songs with the help of professional Tollywood singers. She's currently an active member in our local community theatre group at Theatre Jacksonville. Smriti also volunteers with children with special needs in her free time. She's a leading committee member of the youth wing and coordinator of Mother's Cry. Smriti has a penchant for languages. She has received several accolades in French. Smriti is also a first-degree black belt in Taekwondo. Please give a big hand. Welcome, Smriti. Thank you, Kumaresh. An Arangetram is a huge commitment. The student and the guru need to commit to at least 12 to 18 months for preparation. This Arangetram was scheduled for last summer, but then the world turned upside down. And here we are today. This day would not have been possible without the guru's conviction. I had the opportunity to travel closely with the Arangetram team last few weeks. The amount of coordination and organization needed for this event is unfathomable. On one side, the guru is a creative head, selecting songs, choreographing, creating everything according to Margam, and then goes on to prepare the student for many months. The practice sessions are rigorous. Then you have to wear the event manager hat and coordinate a million different things, from costumes, jewelry, makeup, photo sessions, rehearse the flows, run through with the MC, create website, invitations, manage lights, sounds, and the most important, form a good team of accompaniments, plan the orchestra's boarding, travel, food on the week leading up to the event, and the list goes on. It is the guru who creates a solid connection between these multifaceted teams. Please welcome Dr. Srimati Subhashri Narayanan, Pavithra's guru, best friend, and guide to the stage. Pavithra will now present a small memento as a mark of appreciation to her guru. Curtains, please. Thank you, Smriti and Subhashri. Thanks to all our guests of honor. It was an immense pleasure for us that you were able to join us today. Curtains, please. As we proceed with the second half, I want to remind the audience of the house rules. Please no eating or drinking allowed inside. Please be sure to follow COVID safety guidelines. Also, if you want to take advantage of the photo booth set up in the lobby, please do so. உலகெலாம் உணர்ந்தோதற்கரியவன் நிலவுலாவிய நீர்மலி வேணியன் அலகில் சோதியன் அம்பலத்தாடுவான் மலர்ச்சிலம்படி வாழ்த்தி வணங்குவாம். Describes the beautiful Nataraja here. We begin the second segment with NRITYATI, a vibrant dance composition describing the many features of Lord Shiva's dance. I found the choreography particularly amusing as it highlights the friendship between Nandi and Shiva. Nandi is not only Shiva's Vahanam, he is also his best companion, gatekeeper, and his chief of staff. Nandi is also a master percussionist who plays the mridangam. Mridangam is called the Devavadyam, the divine instrument. Lord Shiva is always meditating. If you want to reach Shiva, you have to go through Nandi as he is the gatekeeper. He is always sitting in front of him. We have seen people whisper into Nandi's ears in temples. Now you know why. You will see Shiva dancing to Nandi's jati in this choreography. And to elevate the experience, Guru Bhanumati has brilliantly incorporated the syllables in the word Nandi into the jati. This composition is in Shankarabharanam, Ragam Adithalam, composed by Swati Tirunal and choreographed by Subhashri Narayanan.
நந்தி கிட்ட தரினம் தரி கிட்ட தக்க நந்தி கிட்ட தரினம் தரி கிட்ட தக்க நந்தி கிட்ட தரினம் தரி கிட்ட தக்க நகதி கிட்ட தரினம் தரி கிட்ட தக்க நந்தி கிட்ட தரினம் தரி கிட்ட தக்க நகதி கிட்ட தரினம் தரி கிட்ட தக்க நந்தி கிட்ட தரினம் தரி கிட்ட தக்க நகதி கிட்ட தரினம் தரி கிட்ட தக்க நந்தி கிட்ட தரி நகதி கிட்ட தரினம் ததீனு தா கிடத்தக்க தரி கிட்ட தொம் நம் ததீனு தா கிடத்தக்க தரி கிட்ட தொம் நம் ததீனு தா கிடத்தக்க தரி கிட்ட தொம் நம் ததீனு தா தா கிடத்தக்க தரி கிட்ட தொம் நம் ததீனு தா தா கிடத்தக தரிகிட தோம் நம் ததீனோ தா தா கிடத்தக தரிகிட தோம் நம் ததீனோ தா தக்க தேக்கோ கிடத்தக தரிகிட தோம் நம் ததீனோ தா தக்க தேக்கோ கிடத்தக தரிகிட தோம் நம் ததீனோ தா தக்க தேக்கோ கிடத்தக தரிகிட தோம் நந்தி
ಕೇಶ ಸುವಾದಿತ ಡಮರುಗನಂದನೀಯ ರುಹುಡೋಮೋವರ ಸುರವರ ಸುಂದರೀಕರ ವಿಲೋಲಿತ ಚಾಮರ ಬೃಂದೀಶ ಶಿಶು ಸೋಮ ದರೋಪರ ಸುಂದರೀಕರ ವಿಲೋಲಿತ ಚಾಮರ ಬೃಂದೀಶ ಶಿಶು ಸೋಮ ದರೋಪರ ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ಸಾಮ ಶಿವೋ ಋತತೋ 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 ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ಸಾಂಬ ಶಿವೋ ಋತತೋ ಪಾಪಹೀನ ಮುನಿ ಸೇವಿತ ಪದಯುಗ ಪದ್ಮನಾಭ ಸಹಜಾಪತಿರ ಶರಣ ಪಾಪ ಹೀನ ಮುನಿ ಸೇವಿತ ಪದಯುಗ ಪದ್ಮನಾಭ ಜಾಪತಿರ ಶರಣ ತಾಪಧಾರಣ ಪರೋಯಮ ನಿಲ್ದಿತ ಧನ್ಯಶೀಲ ನಿವಹೋಗಿರಿ ಶೋಭವು ತಾಪಧಾರಣ ಪರೋಯಮ ನಿಲ್ದಿತ ಧನ್ಯಶೀಲ ನಿವಹೋಗಿರಿ ಶೋಭವು ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ಸಾಂಬ ಶಿವೋ ಋತತೋ 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 ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ಸಾಂಬ ಶಿವೋ ಋತತೋ 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 ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ಸಾಂಬ ಶಿವೋ ಋತತೋ 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 ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ನೃತ್ಯತಿ ಸಾಂಬ ಶಿವೋ ಋತತೋ ஓம் நம சிவாய வாழ்கவே ஓம் நம சிவாய வாழ்கவே சதா சிவாய நடேஷ
Very energetic rendition, Pavithra. Let's give her some time off as she adds a new flavor to the repertoire. It is about kapi time for many of us. Let's enjoy a beautiful kapi, Ragam, Purandaradasar Kriti by Tejashwini and Orchestra. Thank you.
ಅಚ್ಯುತಾನಂತ ಗೋವಿಂದನ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದ ಸ್ವರೂಪ ಮುಕುಂದನ ಕೇಶವ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಮುಕುಂದನ ಶಯನ ಭಕ್ತ ಹೃದಯಾನಂದನ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳು ಯಶೋದ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳು ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರನ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದ 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 ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರನ ಜಗದೋದ್ಧಾರನ ಮಗನದು ತಿಳಿಯೂತ ಜಗದೋ ಉದ್ಧಾರನ ಮಗನದು ತಿಳಿಯೂತ ಜಗದೋ ಧಾರನ ಮಗನದು ತಿಳಿಯೂತ ಆ ಜಗದೋ ಧಾರನ ಮಗನದು ತಿಳಿಯೂತ ಸುಗುಣಾಂತ ರಂಗನ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳೆ ಶೋದ परम पुरुषना परवासुदेवना परम पुरुषना परवासुदेवना परम पुरुषना परवासुदेवना पुरंदर विठलना आडिसिदळ शोध पुरंदर विठलना आडिसिदळ शोध पुरंदर विठलना आडिसिदळ शोध जगदो धारण आडिसिदळ शोध जगदो धारण ಆಡಿಸಿದಳು ಯಶೋದ ಆಡಿಸಿದಳು
Thank you, Tejaswini, and our lovely orchestra. That was very beautiful. I now request Pavithra's Guru, Srimati Subhashri Narayanan and Sri Shankar Krishnan to come to the dais to present the certificate to Pavithra. We are also joined by Dr. Uma today, who's a connoisseur of arts and has been a big pillar of support and a mother figure to Subhashri in all her endeavors. Please welcome Dr. Uma on stage. Let's welcome Pavithra through the stage. I now request Shankar to present a small memento to Pavithra. Wow. Congratulations, Pavithra. You've shown a lot of dedication and hard work. We want to see you exploring your passion and continue learning Bharatanatyam. Take a few pictures. I now request Subhashri to say a few words about her student.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. It is with immense pleasure to present my student Pavithra and to be here this evening on the Natvangam as Pavitra's teacher. Pavithra and I go back to when she was 4.5 years old. She was a quiet little girl with 2 braids and a cute smile. Today, she is just the same with her smile, but with one choti, one braid. Mature and quiet demeanor. Our Arangetram journey, however, dates back to 2 years ago. Due to COVID altercations, we could not go ahead with the Arangetram last year. Along these 2 years of Arangetram practices, Pavithra and I have developed more than a teacher-student bond. We became good friends too in the process. As we were picking items for the Arangetram, I saw more of the real Pavithra. Her characteristics, strengths, and weaknesses really came out to bring young, blossomed woman. I couldn't be more prouder of Pavithra and have a wonderful student such as her. Kalaradhana and I only wish her all the best in all her endeavors. I also hope that beyond the Arangetram, she continues dance and keeps it in her life, as my seniors here have mentioned it earlier. Thank you once again. Namaste.
Thank you, Subhashri. Our next piece is a classic ensemble. Classic ensemble is an experimental item that was inspired by the movie Sound of Music. This intro is slightly long, so bear with me. It would be interesting to hear how this piece was created. The One Trap family portrayed in the movie was brought together through the harmony of music. The choreographer, Subhashri, thought of how this idea could be used with the support of Carnatic notes. So what are Carnatic notes? Most of you here know the legendary movie Tillana Mohanambal. It was made in 1968. Story of a danseuse, brilliantly played by Padmini. The movie is about friction between 2 artists, Padmini and Shivaji, who plays Sikkil Shanmugasundaram. There is an interesting interlude where Shivaji is confronted by a Western band to play their Western music in Indian instruments. Shivaji, supported by Balaya, take up the challenge without any hesitation. The Sikkil group skillfully plays the Carnatic notes, which sounds like the Western notes. The notes were composed by Maduramani Iyer, and M. Ponnusami Pillai was a playback on Nadaswaram. If that scene from the movie flashes in your mind, you will recognize the notes in this piece. Subhashri intertwined the Western-style notes and Carnatic notes to show that music is one, regardless of the language, culture, or people singing it. Similarly, the dancers of Western classical and Bharatanatyam were intertwined to show how they act in harmony. Bharatanatyam can embrace any other dance form. The dancer portrays how 2 styles of music are no different, yet not similar. The famous composition in the musical Sound of Music, Do Re Mi, was coincidental with the composition of Maduramani Iyer's notes. As mentioned earlier, to show that music is one, both the notes and Do Re Mi was merged to bring the classical ensemble. The dancer portrays a day of a young girl in the meadows enjoying nature through music. She sees beauty in every aspect of nature and immerses herself into every breeze of the wind, every ripple of the water, and the birds cooing, all to harmonize. She also enjoys the fresh fruit in the beautiful season of spring and enjoys playing ball with her friends. The dancer, at the end of this melody, brings her orchestra of nature to cease. This piece is in Ragam Shankarabharanam, set to Talamalika.
sa re ga sariga 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 re ga ma re ga ma re ga ma re ga ma pa ma pa ga ma pa ga ma pa ga ma pa ma pa da pa sa ni da pa ma ga re sa do re mi do re mi do re mi do re mi re mi fa re mi fa re mi fa re mi fa mi fa so mi fa so mi fa so mi fa so fa so la so do ti la so fa mi re do sa re ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga ma da ma re ga pa ga sa re ma re ni sa do re mi fa so la ti do ti la so fa mi fa la fa re mi fa mi so re fa re ti so do a deer a female deer ray a drop of golden sun me a name I call myself for a long way to run so I need a pulling thread a note to follow so tea a drink with jam and bread that will bring us back to do a deer a female deer ray a drop of golden sun me a name I call myself for a long way to run so I need a pulling thread a note to follow so tea a drink with jam and bread that will bring us back to the sari sani da pa ma ni sani da pa ma ga ni da pa ma ga ni pa da pa ma ga re sa do ti la so fa ti li so fa mi la ti la so fa mi re so la so fa mi re do sari sani da pa do ti la so ni sani da pa ma ti li so fa mi da ni da pa ma ga la ti la so fa mi re pa da pa ma ga re so la so fa mi re sa re ga ma pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga re sa re ga ma pa da ni sa pa sa do re mi fa so la ti do ti la so fa mi re do re mi fa so la ti do so do ga ma ga ri ga pa ri ga sa ga ma ga ri ga pa ri ga sa da ni sa ga da pa ma ma ga ma ga ri ga pa ri sa da ni sa ga da pa ma ma ga ma ga ri ga pa ri ga sa ni da ni ri sa da pa ga ma pa sa ni da ga ma da pa ga sa ga pa da pa ma ga re da re ga pa sa ni da ga ma da pa ga sa ga pa da pa ma ga re da ni sa ga re ga ma ga pa ma pa re ni re ga re sa ni da pa ga re ga maga pa ma pa re ni re ga re sa ni da pa ga re ga ma ga pa ma pa re ni re ga re sa ni da pa ga re ga ma ga pa ma pa re ni re ga re sa ni da pa ga re ga da pa pa ma ma ga da ni ga re ta 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 ga ma pa 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 da pa ma re ni ni sa re ga ma 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 ga sa ga ma pa 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 da pa ma re ni ni sa re ga ma 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 ga sa ga ma pa pa da ni sa ni da pa ma ga pa ma ga re sa ni sa sa ni sa re sa ni ni pa ni da ni sa da ma ma pa sa ni sa re sa ni ni pa ni da ni sa da ma ma pa sa ni sa ga re sa ni ni da da pa pa ma 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 ga ma pa 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 re sa pa 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 re sa sa ni 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 da da pa ga re sa ni sa re ga ma ni sa da pa ga sa ga ma ga re ga pa re ga sa ga ma ga re ga pa re ga sa ni sa ga da pa da pa ma ma ga ma ga re ga pa re ga sa ga pa ni sa do a deer, a female deer, re a drop of golden sun, me a name I call myself, far a long, long way to run. So I need to pull and thread, la a note to follow. So tea, a drink with jam and bread that will bring us back to the sa ni da pa ma ga re sa sa re ga ma pa da ni sa sa pa sa 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 re sa ni da pa do 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 ti la so ni sa ni da pa ba ti 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 li so fa mi da ni da pa ma ga la ti la so fa mi da pa da pa ma ga re so la so fa mi re sa re ga pa pa da ni sa ni da pa pa ga re sa re ga pa pa da ni sa da sa da.
That was amazing. I saw this a few times during practice sessions, but to see it all come together is just beyond amazing. Let's give a big round of applause to our orchestra for this beautiful creation. Thank you, Subhashri. Our next item for the evening is a Tillana. I love Tillanas. They are fast-paced, high energy, kind of complex, yet crisp. When I first saw this Tillana, I was reminded of this powerful shlokam from Abhirami Andadi. It is in Tamil. Nendrum irundum kidandum nadandum ninaipadu unnai என்றும் வணங்குவது உன்மலர்த்தாள் எழுதாமறையின் ஒன்றும் அரும்பொருளே அருளே உமையே இமயத்து அன்றும் பிறந்தவளே அழியா முக்தி ஆனந்தமே. When you simply go through the verses, the meaning seems straightforward. No matter what my actions are, such as nindrum, irundum, kidandum, nadandum, whether I'm simply sitting, standing, lying down, or moving, I'm always thinking of you, Abhirami. But there's not always just one interpretation to things, right? I read an interesting one recently. The position nindrum denotes that of Shiva, he's standing. Irundum denotes Brahma, he's sitting. Kidandum denotes Vishnu, who's lying down. So what about Nadandum? Who or what is responsible for all the movement? The action Nadandum, any movement in this universe, has to be the Parashakti, right? The first three actions does not require energy, just sitting, standing, or lying down. Only this Nadandum movement requires energy, and that energy is provided by us, women. Women are always saying, we can do anything that men can do, but men should be saying, we can do anything that women can do. This Tillana, Om Parashakti Swarupini, was composed by Srimati Dwaraki Krishnaswamy in Valachi Ragam, Adi Talam, and choreographed by Guru B. Bhanumati.
धीं 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 दनदिरन धीं तनतदिरन धीं तनं ततों तदीं दिर्दिर्तिल्लान धीं दिर्तिल्लान धीं धीं तनदिरन धीं तनतदिरन धीं तनं ततों तदीं दिर्दिर्तिल्लान धीं दिर्तिल्लान धीं Tirtillanadim, Tirtillanadim, Tillanadim, Tadim, Dhim, 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 Tanadiradim, Tan, Tadiranadim, Tanam, Tato, Tadim, Tirtillanadim, Tirtillanadim, Tillanadim, Tadim, Dim, 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 Tanadiradim, Tan, Tadiranadim, Tanam, Tato, Tadim, Tirtillanadim, Tirtillanadim, Tillanadim, Nadirdani, Tom Dirdani, Takita, Takatajam, Tajam, Takitajam, Tana Tajanu Tajam, Tajam, Takita, Takatanam, Takita, Tatom, Takita, Tanam, Takita, Tatsinginato, Nadirdani, Tom Dirdani, Takita, Takatajam, Tajam, Takitajam, Tana Tajanu Tajam, Tajam, Takita, Takatanam, Takita, Tatom, Takita, Tanam, Takita, Tatsinginato, Nadirdani, Tom Dirdani, Takita, Takatajam, Tajam, Takitajam, Tana Tajanu Tajam, Tajam, Takita, Takatanam, Takita, Tatom, Takita, Tanam, Takita, Tatsinginatam, Dhim, 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 Tanadiradim, Tan, Tadiranadim, Tanam, Tatom, Tadim. Om Parashakti Swarupini, Om Parashakti Swarupini, Om Parashakti Swarupini, Tae Kaye Talamela Geetagana Nada Nritya Sammodini, Talamela Geetagana Nada Nritya Sammodini, Bhavani Ahavaturidu Hagalu Irulu Mutipa Bhagyamiye, Ambe Mahamaye, Ahavaturidu Hagalu Irulu Mutipa Bhagyamiye, Ambe Mahamaye, Ambe Mahamaye, Nadirdani, Tom Dirdani, Takita, Takatajam, Tajam, Takitajam, Tana Tajanu Tajam, Tajam, Takita, Takatanam, Takita, Tatom, Takita, Tanam, Takita, Tatsinginato, Dhim, 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 Tanadiradim, Tan, Tadiranadim, Tanam, Tato, Tadim.
Very graceful Pavithra. Give you a minute to catch a breath. And then please come to the dais to deliver the oath of thanks.
Good afternoon. Today my words are not enough to express the amount of gratitude I have. I would first like to begin by thanking my parents for introducing me to this art form and encouraging me to pursue it over the past 13 years. Bharatanatyam has allowed me to embrace my culture, so I'm truly grateful that I was introduced to it. Next, with obedience to my Paramaguru, Guru B. Bhanumati, I would like to thank my teacher, or Guru, Dr. Subhashri Narayanan. Subhashri Auntie. Subhashri Auntie, to whom I am forever indebted to for raising me as her student, has spent countless hours on me and has not only taught me dance, but about my culture, and she has taught me many invaluable life lessons. I would also like to thank God for giving us the ability to enjoy today and every day, and for bringing us all together. Thank you to the orchestra, who are all masters in their own field and took the time to enhance my performance today. Thank you to my dear friend Smriti, who has been by my side this whole time and has helped me along the way throughout this process. Thank you to the esteemed guests and their kind words, and thank you to all the friends and family members who have helped today, and all of the audience for coming here today. I am so happy we were able to be here, both online and in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Pavithra. I'm sure there are several out-of-site support who played an important role in this event. So thanks to everyone on behalf of the Ramachandrias and Kalinga School of Arts. Concluding piece of today's performance is the Thirupughzal by Arunagirinadar, another brilliant Tamil poet and saint who lived in the 15th century. If we do a quick recap of today's performance, we enjoyed the dancing of elephant and mice, then came the snake, followed by half a dozen animals in DHASHAVATHARAM, then came the big bull Nandi in NRITYATI. Animals never cease to inspire us. Everything we have created is by observing animals. The movements of birds and animals form the basis of Natya Shastra. So the final piece for the evening is a beautiful peacock dance whose Lord Muruga's Vahanam. This Thirupughzal is composed in Ragam Hamir Kalyani, set to Kanda Chaputalam, and choreographed by Subhashri Narayanan.
மங்கையர் சுகத்தை வகை இங்கிதமனுற்ற மன ஒன்றனை நினைத்த மயர் அருள்வாயே மண்டலிகரா பகலும் வந்த சுபரக்ஷை புரி வந்தனைய புதி இணை அருள்வாயே குங்கிலுயர் பெற்று வளட்டன் கரையல் அப்பரனுள் கொண்ட முதலொற்ற பருள் அருள்வாயே குஞ்சரமுகர் கிளைய கண்டனன வெற்றி பெற கொங்கனகிரி குவலர் பெருமாளே கொங்கனகிரி குவலர் பெருமாளே கொங்கனகிரி குவலர் பெருமாளே
Thank you all for being here today and encouraging this budding artist. Great job, Smriti, Sanjana, and Agastya. Let's have a big hand for the orchestra. Thank you for taking the time to patiently listen to what I had to say. It's been a pleasure being the master of today's ceremony. If I made any mistakes or said anything inaccurate, please forgive me. I know many of you are eager to congratulate Pavithra. You are welcome to come on stage and wish Pavithra and take a picture, but please follow social distancing protocols. There is dinner being served outside. If you would like a box, that's also available. Also, it would be great for you to sign the guest book if you haven't already done so. The orchestra and their family want to thank everyone that catered to them, and they are overwhelmed with the hospitality. Thank you all once again, and have a good night.